that was like, oh my gosh, there's people out here that need some guidance. There's people out here making, again, catastrophic mistakes. We have to help. There is a void, there's a gap in this space we can fill from learning from somebody that's been there. So that's the whole reason, honestly, where Ventures came from and where it came to be. That's why we offer the Village of Support. That's why we offer the on-demand classes. You can do it at 2 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 11 at night. It doesn't matter because it's on demand. And then you have your mentor for the year for that sounding board, the really intricate questions. One thing I should share, one of our veterans that came in from thanks to the VA newsletter, his mentor has access to UPS like advertising or whatnot, and he broadcasts his business throughout all of UPS and all of their all their little offshoots. That's just one example.
Oh, yeah. That I mean, it's these success stories are wild. I think a lot of people, was going through global economics, um, with an army officer who was a professor, was the longest serving professor there at the university. Smart guy, wrote a book on it, and he talked about how nation states changed during like technological revolutions, industrial revolution, and where they're at currently. Right. So he was talking about how we are becoming a producer of digital media, producer of software. All things Silicon Valley are many of the things that we produce besides just steel and coal and all the things that we produce massive amounts of as well. But like we are starting to transition to this era, and you see it. Everybody, it's not uncommon to come across like even myself. Some guy who was a tactical guy guru for tactical dude for 20 years and then decides he's going to be a streamer, you know what I mean? Because he loves gaming and so on and so forth. It's very common to see that. So I think that like hearing these stories of success and in all different kinds of, because everybody's got different interests, but of course, like, going back to that chicken story, I think that's another aspect. It's just like people are like, man, I would love to do that. And I'm trying to sit here as the voice of reason to you, as saying, like, I promise, like, I can give you one example of my life and I'm still, even where I'm at, people will look at me and say, man, you've done a lot. And it doesn't always, if you've been around for a long time, you know my whole story. We're not going to get into it today. But long story short, I have situated myself making the most scary decisions, logical, good decisions, not risky, some risk involved, but just mainly going for it, and using mentorship is probably the number one thing that helped me along to get to live in like a really nice house I never thought I'd be in, or make a career decision I never be make my family happy. And I think that's really important to you. Don't let it go. You could change tomorrow. Start the change. You don't have to change the job tomorrow, but you got to make a decision. And mentorship is probably like the fastest way to scale. And when we're talking business, scaling means, right? And so this business is what I studied. And when you talk about scaling, you're talking about scaling your operation. How can I grow? Okay, cool. I have a car wash in the local town. How can I grow? Well, scaling would be being so successful that you could open up new franchises, new car washes. You could gain new clients, new customers, growth, more revenue, right? Well, you can scale your life. You can scale your dreams. You can scale your opportunities. And the fastest way to scale it would be mentorship, because you're getting somebody who's already taken the beach, can tell you like, hey, you need to do XYZ. And the more important thing I think that you get out of that, don't do ABC. Because I did that
Mm-hmm.
and it sucked. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or do ABC, don't skip to XYZ, maybe is a better way to put it. Does that sound right?
Yes. So, a couple things. One thing I did want to say is that I shared some of the links for the village in our chat. So I just want to make sure you saw that. Um, Two things where I messed up in my mentorship, and I want to share so that others don't make the same mistake I did. And I'm gonna put the website here, and I'll drop those links in just a moment. What I think you were getting to
Screenshot that for your
for
QR codes, and I'll throw it back on you.
what I think you were getting to when you think about when you were talking about if it's the right time or whatnot. My mentorship, again, my mentor's face is one on Times Square. I at the time was a mother of four in the middle of the desert. Like Chick-fil-A is 96 miles away. There wasn't nothing there, right? And I'm like, who am I to talk to this person? I'm going to waste her time. So I would delay the calls. I would postpone them because I didn't know. Like I thought I was wasting her time. Little did I know we only give them one person to focus on, and I was robbing her of what she was trying to do. She's literally volunteering for nothing more than see me succeed. We only give one person, and I couldn't get out of my head, and I was awkward about letting somebody help me. The coming back to asking for help thing, I would delay and I postpone it. And I had to get out of my own way and understand that I was worthy. I was worthy of allowing somebody to pour into me. Spouse perspective is a little bit different because we take a back seat to the mission and the service member and the kids. We take a, like our goals are way back here. So we're so used to pouring into everybody else. When a mentor is there to pour into you or spotlight or give you permission to focus on your goals, it's like awkward.
Yeah.
It took some getting used to. So what I want to share is don't be me. Don't be Leslie. You're worthy. You have sacrificed. Everybody on this call has sacrificed for our country and for my personal family. So have an opportunity, give the opportunity, let a mentor guide you. It's not weakness to ask for help. It is learning from somebody a season or two. Like you said, they've scraped their knees, right? And they can tell you, don't do this. Part of my career exploration piece with my mentor, she would be like, I don't know if that's the right fit for you. So she was very candid, based on her experience and based on what she could see in me, because mentors can see things within you don't see within yourself.
Oh,
They can
100%.
see skills. They see skills within you. They don't see yourself. That you don't see yourself. They see potential. So it is, guidance and somebody right there next to you. So that's one thing. Second thing, I'll try to grab this link as well. The same week that we were highlighting the VA newsletter, in I believe it was November, a woman veteran lost her job. She was laid off. She saw it. She's like, what do I have to lose? Let me try it. Applied, and she got a position with the help of her mentor, $20,000 raise from the position she got laid off. And my favorite thing is her quote is like, I just did what my mentor told me to do.
Yeah.
So she went from laid off to plus 20 just by following that guidance because she's learning from, somebody that knows.
Yeah. Yeah, that totally makes sense to me too. We're always in our own head. And kind of a funny one for you. I was in the hospital, I had heat stroke. Long story short, I hate hospitals. Come home, they shouldn't release me. My wife's really upset that they did. We get home, she's like, we need to lay in bed. We need to bed. We just watching. And I wanted to do something, but I couldn't even stand. And she puts on Grey's Anatomy, and I like lose full because I'm like heat stroked, and I was already irritated. And I don't want to be in hospital, so she's like, "We don't want to watch what we always watch what you want to watch." And I was like, "Babe, I'll watch anything you want to watch. Thank you for taking care of me. I don't know. I'll watch the show with the queer guys. I don't know what it's called." And she's like,
Straight eye for
"Queer
your guy
Eye."
or something.
Yeah, she's like queer eye for the straight guy, and I was like, yeah, that show. I don't care. And we binge watched every season. And I think that's like, man, did I learn an incredible lesson. And you see me in a sweatshirt and a hat, but before, and I texted you, I said, hey, give me a minute. I'm shaving, taking care of personal hygiene. I wore a uniform and a suit for years. I still will in formal events, but I feel good about myself. And I constantly preach that because when we look in the mirror, you can't possibly be confident and feel great and be motivated about what you're about to do if you can't give yourself a good version of yourself that was just a step up from what you saw last time in the mirror. So go take that time to brush your teeth, take a shower, what makes you feel good. Maybe that's not it. it, but a lot of people it will be. But the big thing that I learned from that show was that like your wardrobe can dictate a lot. And so if you think you're not worthy, you need, like, in order for you to even mentor your kids, be a good spouse, you need to be a good version of yourself for you. And
Mhm.
that means you need acceptance when you say, and that's what I took away from it. And I'm a pretty rough and tough infantry guy. And I never pictured myself watching that series, and we binge watched every series. I even cried twice. So,
Aw.
interesting factor. I totally relate with you because I remember during that time at my low point when I started the brick by brick story, I remember looking in the mirror and
Mhm.
just being like, I'm not that guy anymore, you know? And
Wow.
that was like really eye opening. So what you just said totally opens up to, I think, many, many people in this chat and stream. I thank you, Amnar. Appreciate it. I'm glad it got fixed. Thank you to everybody who commented as well. If I can do it, dude, y'all can do it, man. Thank you, Dugabots, and you don't have to apologize for that. He was there. Yes, Fresh was there for that time. He was there for that. He remembers all this. He's been with me for a decade, so pretty freaking awesome. Sorry to steal that, but I just wanted to relate and share that. Like that's all of
Yeah,
us, you
please
know.
don't apologize. That's how I mean, that's what this is all about, this, connection. That's what it's all about. And then also, helps so often we see social media, right? And we think everybody's got it figured out. We
Hmm.
see celebration, we only see the highlight reels. And I promise you, like coming to our program, if you don't know what you want to do, 86% of those in our program don't know what they want to do. 86%. So you're in the majority. If you're not sure what you want to do, you're in the majority. So you don't have to have it figured out before you come to us. Let a mentor help you to figure it out.
Can I ask you a
My
question?
my mhm.
So like I had this like epiphany with my kids. Here, all right. So let's go back. Let's rewind to me getting my bachelor's. Right. So I'm going back to school, and I know I want to do it for my mom. She had a stroke. Cool. I want to make her proud. For her to see that. But like I was thinking about it, and I'm like, geez, the reason I switched degrees 7 times is because I don't even want to know what to do at 30. So I was looking at my
Mhm.
kids, and they're like, all graduating high school, and I'm just like, look, you might not know what you want to do, but we can go do aptitude tests. There's many things that you can do, but I think that's a
Mhm.
lot of people, right? So you're saying 86%? Is that what you said? So I guess,
Yes.
yeah. So I guess my question is like, not so much if what do it's not so much that we know that people are going to not know what they're going to do. But the thing is like, how do you overcome that barrier of just making the jump, making the move? What does that initial conversation sound like to, because I feel like once you're at the interview, once you're at the job, once you're doing the thing, you know what I mean? Once you're on the plane, you're on your way, you know what I mean? You've crossed the line of fear. And so how do you overcome that boundary? How do you get people to I get, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying to some degree?
Yes,
Like, how do you
because
overcome that?
it's the confidence piece. Those that come in our program, 29% are confident in their chosen career path. 29% when they start. We do a survey getting in.
Okay.
After with their mentor, it jumps to 86%
Wow.
because the mentor again sees things within you don't see with yourself. Quick story. We had a retiring Air Force,
Okay.
E7. He had been working with satellites and he was retiring in somewhere like Wisconsin, like far away, not next to a big city, right? And so he's like, I need a remote position. And so that was his focus. Like everybody's different on what their focus is. So he was like, I need a remote position because I'm in the middle of nowhere. And so we paired him with somebody in financial services, and he was like, I don't want to do sales. Like, I don't know. I don't think that's the right mentor. We said, hey, look, have one conversation. You can always change because there were remote roles in the financial services industry is why we kind of recommended that. Well, anyhow, the mentor, it's like, if you have satellites, you understand security. You understand risk analysis. You just need this cert. With this cert and your experience, you'd be great for this role. Ended up getting him hired in a position with a competing firm, like the mentor was Bank of America, got him hired with a competing firm like Goldman Sachs for 6-figure remote position. And then this mentor at the beginning didn't even want to talk to a mentor in the financial services industry. Didn't want to have the conversation because he had, the box thinking, right? So he thought, sales, I don't want to do that. And that's not what the path was at all. It was identifying these unique skills that you can transfer to that industry. But we don't know what we don't know. And so the mentor can guide the way and give you that confidence to go after it.
Yeah, yeah, that makes total sense. So, yeah, like if you don't know, you don't know. You know what I mean? And it's weird because like I think that this is gonna sound like silly, but I think it'll make sense when I express it. Is basically like my biggest downfall, the chink in my armor, is that to my group of friends, to my family, to everyone I've spoken to, my mom would always say, like, hey, I really respect your opinion because you're the only one in the family that'll tell me when my dress isn't the right dress. And I say, I got you, I'm that type of friend too. But I'm also, to most of my friends who have built their careers and stuff, would say, I didn't do the work. I didn't do their interview. I didn't do any of that. But they were no's before they went to those things. And I saw things that was like, for me, sight, like foresight, is a gift, a blessing and a curse to some degree. And you say, well, why is it a curse? It was a blessing in that I can help people, and I love that. So I love that's why I was super excited about this conversation, because I always be able to be like same thing. And so, like for instance, one of my boys is like going to work at a Secret Squirrel spot, and I was like, hey, and then he was gonna go work at an electric company, and I'm like, dude, no, yeah, I get that pays double, but this has value to you inside, and this is why. And I express it, and now he's been there for over a decade, and he's the big wig, and he loves it, right? And so I've several stories like that, but not for today. But the why it's a chink is because it's like I can't even do that for myself, because I can't. What she's saying is exactly my point, and that has been a massive flaw to me, because I still suffer from the same thing. No matter who you are and how confident you are, and I always thought that was like why I should figure out what I could do. That's actually the reason why I couldn't, because you do need that outside eye to be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're the kid that did so well this last time in my experience when I was doing XYZ. You're the dude that I worked with, that you're the lady that did XYZ that was so successful. They see that thing in you that you don't know you have, that you can't see. You don't know how skilled you are compared to everyone else at some task that you're extremely gifted at until you get in the ring with everybody. You know what I mean? But other people can see it. If you can imagine a boxer who's super talented, will be super talented with training, comes in the ring, comes in the boxing gym first day, and Rocky's Mick is in the corner, and he's in his 70s, 80s, he's been seeing it all. He's working a dungeon, and he rarely sees that gem. But you're that person. You're not going to know that. That's right. So that's what takes those other set of eyes, and it's super important. So I'm stoked. I'm stoked about this. But I think there's anybody in the chat. And again, if you have any questions, if there's anything specific you want to ask. But yeah, I think you need to. I'm gonna be making this jump. I give you guys my word on that. I'm gonna be making a contact here. Take it away,
And
Leslie.
I've dropped a lot of links in here, so I don't know if you need to, share them in other platforms. I
I
may
will.
not have access to it. Um, and so let me talk about my most recent protege. We started with career exploration, and it's really just getting to know her. Well, she's a speech pathologist by trade, and she'd been unemployed and not hearing any feedback, and she was trying to figure out the best fit. After some conversations, I learned she read 150 books last year. 150 books. And then when she started talking, anytime she mentioned kids, her eyes would light up. You could just see it. I'm a mentor, I'm just getting to know her. But I take note of these things, right? I'm filing them. So I'm like, why don't we get you a career that combines reading and kids? Well, guess where she's on week 3? United Through Reading. If you've never heard of that nonprofit, veterans that are deploying, they record reading their kids bedtime stories. And then the kids will always have that recording while their parent is deployed or while their parent's out on a ship. And so she is now like outreach manager and kind of coordinating all these events and whatnot for United Through Reading. So she combined those two loves of kids and reading. And it was just because I started with getting to know her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we design your life. We design it. It's our lives. We're in control of our next chapter. We're the author. So you
Yeah.
just have to,
That's freaking
it's
cool.
somebody that again can see those things.
Yeah, you need that like out. I'm grabbing the links too, but like you need that like outside uh, look in. You know what I mean? Sometimes like to some degree, but I think sometimes it sounds silly in our own heads, like to ourselves. Like
Well, it's unbiased.
yeah,
They're just providing feedback based on their experience, and guess what? They have more experience than you in that space, right? So they can guide you because they've been there.
yeah. No, I mean yeah. It's but like for me, it's kind of with my thing with a good studying gaming and esports. 43-year old, my wife's looking at me like I'm crazy. And it's like, this is a degree, and the number one university for it is right here, and blah, blah, blah. But going in there and meeting pro players that are now professors and have doctorates, and very, very well connected individuals say, hey, and then I had this affinity for simulation, AR, VR tech for basically in this gaming and simulation, same but different. And there's now a lot of simulated stuff going on. iRacing, just to give you a quick example, you might not know this, but like an iRacing candidate that was like 16, couldn't even get a license, couldn't join NASCAR, couldn't get into racing because he was too young. Been doing sim racing and in a cockpit, like a $30,000 seat with it's gaming, but it's simulated just like a real NASCAR operates the same way. Hydraulics. First year on the track, won the cup. So
Wow.
simulated firefighting, warfare, emergency response, medical response, very, very important to not being just more effective as a provider, as a soldier, as an officer, as a medical technician, as any whoever you're going to be, right? Very, very important. So I was super interested in that, and that led me. And I thought I was absolutely out of my mind. I'm like, I didn't even talk about it for a very long time because I was like, that's really interesting. I wonder. And apparently, that's like a thing that's going on. So it took those guys who were in the field to go, hey, I have somebody I want you to talk to.
Hmm.
Here's a business card that only has a name and a number on it. It's like a real
Hmm.
thing. So you never know who you're gonna meet. And I feel like that's like you guys got that thing going on. And it don't matter what you're doing, but it's like, yeah, your dreams are out there no matter what it's gonna be. But you guys are super connected. I mean, we originally saw that second slide. I was like, there's not too many people you guys don't have access to it. So
I did drop a list of our partners. If anybody's interested, there's a link there that they can click on and they can see. And it's important. It doesn't when you have a mentor from say my spouse's mentor is at Disney. Wasn't like he was trying to recruit him into Disney. So that's important to understand. It's guiding him on how to, get his goals. But if maybe you have an interview lined up for whatever, Major League Baseball, or you've got an interview lined up for Lockheed Martin, whatever, pick the company.
mm-hmm.
We can make introductions to other mentors to learn about the hiring process, to learn about the culture, to learn about the veteran resource group. Like we can make other introductions besides your year-long mentor. So that's something else we do as well.
Copy. Yeah, I'm currently grabbing all the links to what you sent. I'm gonna mass send them in the other chats. So if you wanted to carry on, if you want me to pull back up the slides, just let me know. But I wanted to grab that and make sure I didn't miss anything. So when I say I'll be back on DD later, I absolutely do about shrimp. I didn't miss you. I miss you, and I did not miss your comment. Thank you so much to the 5 that popped in. Sorry, YouTube took a minute there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can see that many of you are just glued with your ears. It's pretty awesome. So, uh, did you? Yeah, did you have any more on the presentation? Am I like holding that up at all?
No, no. One thing that I would say I can share, and I can grab this link for you as well, but really I'm interested in seeing if there's any questions. But the last slide here, what I'll share is that we go live, all those logos that you saw, we go live with them twice a week. So if
Okay.
you have a certain company that you wanted to learn more about, how to break in, you want to connect with their team, this QR code here is just what is our link tree. You can follow us on LinkedIn. You don't need any kind of
I'll
Zoom link or anything like that. It will just go live. It'll go live on YouTube too. It'll go live on Facebook and it'll go live on
Okay, so if
LinkedIn.
you what happens when you click that when you use that QR code, I guess is what I'm asking.
Yes, so that will show you all our different social medias in one area. So
Okay,
you can have access to, kind of one-stop shop, if you will.
cool. So I'm adding all the links to text. So you guys who don't want to, but I'm leaving this up. If you got your phone out, take a screenshot of that, and a lot of phones you can click on this stuff. But I'm also putting the links in the chat for y'all. So if you end up seeing the VOD later, if you're seeing it now, you have access to it. Just read the chat, open up the chat. If you end up popping this up on YouTube if you see us on Twitch later, just go through the chat at this time. This is on the screen, this QR code. She just explained how that will operate. I am currently putting in all the links to this information that we've discussed. The mentoring program is going in next. I've put in ACP Org's website, the ventures, and right now I'm posting the mentorships. So you'll see that popping up if you hear this part. And we'll probably cut some shorts out of this for you folks that like your short format. So we will get there as well. I think I have a couple more links. The link tree. Oh yeah, we have okay, so there's a partners page that's going up now, then spouses for you folks out there who have dependents that have been your battle buddy through all your trials and tribulations. Very, very important. King Bam, what's good, man? Just saw you. Good info, thanks. Yeah, I think Leslie's been one of the most thorough guests, right to the point, guests we've ever had. Like, not leaving much to be. She really answers a lot, like up front, and just kind of leads you where you need to go, where you need to go next. And I think this is a lot of people. So there you go. The Spouse app, acpusa.org Spouse app is up. The About Us, the partners, if you hadn't seen the beginning of the stream, if you want to go, if you're not going to see, or if you see the VOD later and you're hearing this now and you're just clicking in like, what the heck? And you're hearing this, if you didn't see that part, you can click on this link and you can see their partners. And I'll just shout out a few. I'm not trying to miss anybody, but they had a lot of household names, pretty much anybody you can think of. I remember seeing like UPS on there, Visa, Amazon, a bunch of individuals. So pretty cool. And we're talking about mentorship here. We're talking about being connected with people who've taken the beach for jobs, for your career, for entrepreneurship we've discussed. So I'm putting those things into the chat now just to give you guys who have come in a little bit later. You're not late, but
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying.
that's why I just also dropped the metrics in case they saw, what are the results of learning from somebody that's been there before you, right?
Yeah, so you can see numbers. I said that earlier. Numbers are important to a lot of people, right? And so if you're kind of questioning it, they're there. And that's the other thing. Leslie has been like literally one of the things that I love is just to the point, logic. I don't like beating around the bush or trying to make a sale or anything. And it's just not. We have a lot of amazing guests. I appreciate everybody that's ever come on the show. I don't think we've ever had a bad experience in that, but like I can tell you, you've knocked it out of the park, Leslie. Seriously, this is freaking amazing. And one of the, as I
I'm
said, huh?
very blessed. I said I'm very blessed to have a love labor because I
Yeah.
get to see these stories every day, right?
100%.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I'm
Mhm.
I think I got them all. Oh, we got a couple more here. You have events. Oh, the metrics, and the events as well. So I'm just copy and paste, and there's a lot of links
Are
there. A
there
lot of links there.
any questions? Any questions about the
Yeah.
process or what happens if?
Fresh
Happy
yourself was an
to happy
awesome interview. I just wanted to say I'll be back on later. I read that. Thank you so much for this info. Yes, Gucci Guns. What's good? This is nice. Absolutely. Last one big thing. It's not last. It can be whatever. I want to be respectful of Leslie's time. She's been on for we're a little bit over for typical for, and she's here on her own time. So very grateful to that. But here's the deal: you can reach through the Discord and through myself or via Donnie. You can whisper, you can send us a Discord message. We can ask Leslie. We can get you in contact. I can get a quick answer. If you see this VOD, right, video on demand, the video later, the one that's uploaded permanently that will be played over and over. You didn't miss it. You didn't miss out on the question part. You can ask, okay? And you can ask now as well. So feel free to do so. Justin, can you give the metrics after about a week or so? Yeah, absolutely. Got you. That's my side. And lastly, reminding me, these are the last two links. I know some of you are probably just clicking on this already and moving about because I'm sure a lot of you were like, didn't know this existed. I didn't either. And it's amazing. So that's the whole beautiful part about sorry, I had your screen up there. But yeah, that's the whole beautiful part about social media. Social media and the internet, right? So we can get this going lightning fast. Yeah, back in the
love
day,
that.
you had to like actually talk to somebody, like you know what I mean, like make a friend in the military who's like, hey, when you get out, you know so and so. I know a sheriff over here. I know a guy that works at Pentagon. It's like,
Mhm.
now you can have access immediately to someone that can really help you out. So
Mhm.
we're pretty good. Everybody's really grateful. Gucci said exactly. Yeah, it's a different world, man. You know what I mean? And look, you got to learn. Look, is with all the things that you dislike. If you're an older individual like myself, you say, I remember the good old days, and there's positivities and negatives, man. If you got
Mhm.
kids, you're probably grateful that they have access not to texting, but to a phone should something happen. Back in the day, you used to have an emergency
Right.
situation pop up, right? And you
Mhm.
freaking and you had to wait till somebody got to a payphone. There was no, you know what I mean? Like you're out and about and deer cross the road, that kind of a thing. So but you remember like somebody missed your call. It wasn't just at your phone. I saw the text, dude. It's like I was on vacation. I didn't see your voicemail for a week. It was like that. So some of us like, all right, miss those old days. Do you really? Because part of that is like, look, man, this you might have lived your whole life without this information, without ACP here. If you use this service, if you use this company, and you get connected and you find the career of your dreams, think about what the alternate universe if we didn't have the internet, if we didn't have all that stuff, and you didn't get that
Mhm.
opportunity, and you live the life of your kids telling a story. Well, my dad worked the 9 to 5. My mom worked the 9 to 5, two jobs, and they hated it, and they came home angry all the time.
Mhm.
That they worked their self all the way. They did it. They did it for us. It's a great story. I love my parents and grandparents and everybody that did that. But you have an opportunity to do both. You could be that person and be living the career of your dreams. You're like, kids, I'm not actually. Work's not work when you find the thing you're supposed to be doing. It's all. I mean, it's still work, but Yeah, it's important to find your career. It's super important. So,
Mhm.
yeah, Leslie, I don't know
Mhm.
if you had anything else. A lot of just super positive comments, no questions. Um,
Well, thank you so much.
yeah.
It's just fills my cup, and I really appreciate the opportunity. I would say, the one thing I've learned in the years of doing this is because everyone's journey is unique, it can be very isolating. You think nobody else is going through what you're going through. So please know you don't have to walk this journey alone. Let ACP, let our mentorship. It's not only the mentor that's with you for that year, it's honestly the whole team. We check in every single month. We come there with the other resources. We can make introductions. As a matter of fact, one thing I didn't share is we have the opportunity to opt in to share your resume with all those partners. If you would like your resume shared with all those partners, you can opt into that. So there's so many ways that we can support, but what's most important is don't self-select out. Let somebody assist you in your journey.
Yeah, I want to, if I'm going to just actually share a piece of motivational part to that, kind of making that step. I'm going to give you a little peace of mind. And there was a company you mentioned earlier. Let me just think about, well, I'll tell you this. So, a very large contractor uh, that I was very on the fence about because I wanted to go, but I didn't want to go because. But long story short, I didn't think I was qualified to ever work for this company. Okay, this is like,
Mm.
and I'm not going to share the name just out of respect, but um, just because I still have that connection, and I guess it is always an opportunity. But like, I had to weigh my pros and cons. But I think part of it for me was like, I didn't even have the confidence of like, I'm not qualified. Like they told me like, go to the website, but it's making that connection. When you meet the right person and they see that thing in you and whatever, they're going to take the jump on you because they know something about you don't know, which Leslie has mentioned throughout this. And this individual I came across was like the bigwig guru guy. And I didn't even know I had a broken down truck next to his house, and we got talking, we got to know each other over time, and he was like, here's that secret squirrel card. You ever want it, just come in. I'm like, bro, I don't have a degree in this. I don't, dude, this is like saying you need XYZ. He's like, don't worry about any of that. You just give me a call and you put an application in one of those jobs. I got you. Your resume is what we're looking for. It's like, I promise you. And I didn't believe that about myself. That's important because that my path would have gone either way. I could have gone that path and I'm sure I would have been happy, but I don't know that my family would have. And that's why I didn't do it. And I took this other
Right.
scary path and it is working great. I love it. I'm glad. I, I don't know where that would have went, but I can tell you, dude, you never know. You literally never know. You don't know who you're going to meet, what they're going to say, what they're going to see in you, what's going to happen. And this is kind of giving you that opportunity. So if you have a resume, you pop it out, it might come across the right eyes and you get a call from the place you dreamed about as a kid. You don't know. You don't know. You really don't know. And during the process, you don't know who you're going to come across. That just says, yeah, you're the person we're looking for. That happens. And man, is that a scary but amazing feeling. So yeah, thank you very much, Leslie. By the way, I didn't. You got anything else for us before we let it go?
No, no, I'm excited. This was so much fun. So thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Thank you so much, and thank you, ACP.
And this was a risk to bring me on, right? We did not met. You don't know about my program, so thanks for taking the risk when you
Abs-
talk about risk
hey,
and bringing me on.
Donnie sends me ringers. I'll tell you, thank you, Donnie. But nah, you're at the top of that list. I mean, like I said, I don't use a lot of the programs sometimes because I've already been through them or I don't need that specific thing. But this is one that I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm taking. Oh yeah, yeah. I texted that to him. Just said, hey, dude, I'm gonna probably use this too. I'm really excited about this presentation, and I'm not saying that like whoever comes on, I'm not excited about it. It's just that I'm the same bubbly person that try to be very involved with it, but a lot of times more it's like, hey guys, I second this, but I might not need it as much. And this is something that I feel I need 100%. You know what I mean? So if you're watching, I'm going to be 100% using it. Like, yeah, American Core Partners, I'm literally 100% sending it. Like,
So in a few months, we'll have to do this again and bring your mentor on.
absolutely. Yeah, that would be amazing. Like the follow up. Like, yeah, that would be freaking incredible. My first tour mentor meeting is Thursday night. So look at that. Donnie's even using it too. Auditor from Goldman Sachs. That's insane. Like that's actually really, really sick. Yeah, that's freaking cool, man. That's interesting. Dude, I didn't I didn't my parents came from a very blue collar background, struggled financially. My dad had a bad injury when I was very young. And you know, for me growing up in a poor area and seeing people struggle really motivated me. I don't like reading, but I read every financial book I could get my hands on. And then I started going to school for it. Remember I said I changed my career and my what I was going for, right? So I do this, Leslie, right? And I'm like, yeah, I like numbers, and it wasn't about like getting the bag and making the money. It's just like I need my kids to not experience and feel the way I did, and it motivated me.
Mhm.
But in the end, I was at the I actually got a scholarship outside of my GI Bill during like in financial education, and I was going to school for all different kinds of things, including accounting all the way to entrepreneurship and stuff. And I get this Fortune 500 company that's like, hey, we're going to take the top 2 people with XYZ financial presentations and we're going to give them a internship opportunity. I went to the interview, and during the interview I thought, man, surely I'm going to be in this field because I read books about it. But I kept thinking in my head, like, I can't be in an office all day. I don't want to be this guy. I'm not a numbers guy. I'm not I was just doing it for my personal self. And I remember I sat down in the interview and I had to do 2 3-hour interviews. And I didn't understand when I was getting a second one, but the first one they said, hey, the lady downstairs is getting the job. There's 2 of us. And she's getting that. And I was like, oh, it's kind of messed up. They're just like, we want you to come back for a different interview. We have something else in mind. Cool. Came back. They offered me an insane job, but I really thought to myself, like, there's no freaking way I could be good at this job because I wouldn't be happy. And I had to turn it down. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
and one of those, again, somebody there, like Donnie's talking about, he was like, the mentor was like, hey, this would be a better fit to you. And that really drove me. He pushed me aside. I needed that. I really needed that. And I haven't had that in years. Like I haven't had that opportunity. I mean, I get scared all the time. Like running a business, like what's my next move? What do I do? How do you set up everything? You know, insurance, licensing,
Mhm.
liability, TOS, terms of service, signing NDAs. How do you do all that stuff is big, scary stuff to some degree. But then once you get through it, you're like, oh, it's easy, you know. But you need it. Yeah, I really do think that mentorship's probably like got to be 100% my next step for sure. Anyways, yeah, I'm
I'm
holding you
excited.
up here yapping. All right, so you ready to get out of here, Leslie? I got you up a
Yeah,
little. All right.
let's do it
Yeah.
because you got some applying to do.
I do. I do. I do. I'll have it done by the end of the week. 100%. That's my
Mm,
word to you and my wife, whether she's
wonderful.
watching or not. So yeah.
I
Thank
can't wait to see your paragraph.
yeah.
That's exciting.
Thank you to everybody who shared. Please hit me up in the Discord if any of you have used uh, America Corporate Partners as well, and anybody who's planning to use them. Let's get that chat rolling in the Discord. I appreciate it. Please leave a comment on the video if you see this. I'll be leaving an outro later, but thank you guys so much. Might be back for a second stream later tonight. I will let you know if you see it on YouTube. So that's about it. All right, Leslie, you have a good night tonight.
Thank you so much. Good
You
luck,
too.
everyone.
Later. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, man. Thank you guys. I super appreciate it. Eddie, thank you. Thank you. Whose car are we going to take? Yeah, man. Whose car are we taking? Yeah, I know you're probably hype about that. Let me see. We didn't hear it. You didn't hear the blurb? Should have played. It showed that it was playing. Have a good one. You too. You too. You too. Don't feel like I said, here's a Discord in case any of you missed. Like if anybody missed anything that they want to get a hold, like just get a hold of me through Discord. Just at me. You can add Slightly Average American. There's a, yeah, you can, yeah, just do that. You can hit Omnara up. Tanya, I forgot what you changed your name to. I hope to see you on another stream tonight. I hope so too. I have to go see, I have to like reconnect a bunch of wires and see if it works. So we will see. Yeah. I think Nightbot posted a Discord. Let me know if the links are working, if you need to, before I go. But yeah, I would set up like an entirely different freaking stream, I think. There's the music. That's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. If y'all don't have anything, let me see what I'm doing, and let me see if I can get a secondary stream going. That would be awesome. No promises, but I was kind of hoping to be honest with you. Let me see. All right, y'all. We will see you later. Hey, to all you vets out there, from one veteran to another, thank you for your service. Appreciate you. Good link. Thank you, Rancelot. Hey, homie. Thank you for all the support, man. Sorry it took so long for the YouTube to get up. I'm going to probably repost the VOD from Twitch. That's kind of my plan right now. The stream key was jacked up like half the stream, so I'm not sure why that was. Thank you, Patrick. Good to see you too, man. Yeah, we've had, and I do apologize. Pat brings up a great point. I haven't been live super ton. I've been trying to find my new game. I've been on that new game, like addicted, no lifing that game. A lot of you know I switched to DayZ, but we've also had some mix up in guests and change of the guard, and so I've just I apologize, but yeah, consistency will be definitely on the top of that. And Pat has been at my side, hammering at me on the side, and I've been like super short answers, and I wanted you to see it from my face back because I know we don't like FaceTime and shit. But thank you, bro, because honestly, I need it. I needed it too. You know what I mean? You fall into ruts, dude. Like, you don't go to the gym for long enough. Like, eventually, you're like, oh, I didn't go yesterday. I didn't go. That's okay. I'll go tomorrow. But then it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? And part of that was happening for sure. Like, there's no question. I like put something off. My breakup with COD. Yeah, he was on my ass. 100%, dude. And I'm like just answering stuff really, really quickly because I am doing a lot in the background. But like when Leslie was talking about like being like confident in yourself, that was me. Like for the last couple weeks, I was in my head a bit, and I was like, it's more so that like, how can I practice what I preach if I'm not like working on myself? And so I did. I selfishly. And then you're going to say, well, that's not selfish, but I'm saying it that like, I'm saying it as an example to yourself that if you feel this way, that if you do more for others than you do for yourself, that's great. That is great. But you do need self-care. You do need to work on yourself. And so that's what I've been doing. And doing that. And then without remorse to try to make myself better. And I realized like I was falling down a path that I'd seen before a long time ago. Not like bad or anything, just realized that like I needed a new path. Like I needed a new way about it. So I wanted to build that again. And so I've been doing that like every day, little piece at a time, brick by brick. It's true. I swear to God. Sounds crazy. I'm not trying to be corny. Told me last year to hold you accountable if you slip. I got you. I fucking appreciate it, man. I do. That's why I have my run streak. Yeah, bro. Like habits and routines are super important. And my core ones, I haven't broken a single one. I might have forgot like to do a daily reading like once or twice, and I doubled it the next day if I forgot. If I was like really, really crashing for time. So, sir, it's my birthday. I need to hear your amazing singing voice. I don't sing, bro. I don't sing. All these streamers are like, yo, you better sing if you want to live and all da. You gonna kill me, dude. I don't care. Never doing it again. I might do it just to be an idiot, but talking on stream helps me get out of my own head. 100%. I always feel better after. I feel like a spot in the gym, especially these ones. Like these ones are really like crucial to me. Like the guest speakers, the veteran nights, those ones are big. It's really big to me. Those I love gaming, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy streaming gaming, but it's sometimes I feel almost guilty if I don't get enough work done off the camera, if that makes sense. Where's the rapping bot? That shit creeped me out, dude. Hopefully it's gone. I don't want it up. If you want it back, you can tell me. Let me know. Yeah. A lot of people ask me, like, hey, when you're streaming DMZ, man, we're getting up to like 70 people all platforms, 150 people, but YouTube, Twitch, like crazy, crazy numbers. And they're like, does that affect you? And I'm like, no, it really doesn't. You individuals that are here all the time, no matter what, because of me, yourself, our relationship, and our community, that's me, man. Like I love everyone that comes in that's coming and have a good time, but no, I know the cycle of drop when it's a drastic change to ask somebody to watch something different than you normally stream. Like if you stream Call of Duty and you switch to Fortnite, you're going to take a hit. And that does not, to me, it's not even really a hit. It's like, again, that's part of being happy. You gotta be happy. You gotta be happy in what you do, man. And Call of Duty has just got me angry, dude, for the cheating
Wild
and stuff.
Cherry 85 removed ads for Brick by Brick Warriors. They
What's
have
the number
gifted
now?
527 total.
That's a good even number. 527 to the channel, Miss Cherry. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Gerald, for the gifted tier 1 to Mr. Fresh. You thought the rapping bot was creepy, especially the one that looked like me. Yeah, that totally tripped me out. So it's gone. It's gone. But yeah, man. I think like the biggest hang up with this new game is figuring out. There's a lot of secret stuff about the game that base building is one of the primary late game functions of the game. Like getting high tier gear is very difficult to do and stream it, because if you stream it, somebody can stream snipe you. They can come in to your server. They can terrorize you. And to be honest with you, that's not really enjoyable. So the streaming side that you see from this game is a little different than what people do when they're offline. What they're doing offline is playing in their own server. I'm not connected enough in the community or known on the DayZ side to say, hey, I want to get in this password protected community and not have to deal with hackers or people trying to, because it's the apocalypse, man. And people play it like that. It's weird. It's the only game where people play like it was intended 10 years after its creation. And so people like raiding and stealing your stuff and betraying people and pretending to be your friend. And so that's part of the game. So streaming is difficult to kind of figure out. And I've made a few buddies in the community that also stream and do stuff. Shout out Dose of DayZ. What a freaking absolute funny ass legendary dude. A Latvian funny ass bastard. And he streams it. And played with him the other day. Real talented guy. That they're helping me along. Doom has some hilarious DayZ shit. Yeah, there's some pretty famous cats that are like, I didn't know. I didn't know DayZ was big like that too. Fresh Spawns has helped out a lot. Shout out to those guys. John and George, absolutely funny. Absolutely funny. Amazing. Cam Can't Run. None of these people know me. I've chatted a little bit in Fresh Spawns chat, but they don't know. Dose of DayZ knows me a little bit. We've chatted. But other than that, Zesty Polvo, this guy's pretty. These are people you guys could watch too. If you're wondering why the hell you're watching me play this game, I'm trying to show you the late game stuff, but then you're going to go and try it, and you're going to be like, this game sucks. First, 100 hours. You're just getting betrayed by people, and you finally get successfully off the coast. You start cooking. You got yourself a shotgun and a pistol and maybe a stab vest. Like, you're wearing, like, you know, just a police vest or something, and you're feeling good. And you meet some guys like, I just need some food. Then he pulls out a gun and shoots you. It's very it's deflating. But it gets you super paranoid. And so when I show that material where I'm like way in at the end of the map and I'm carrying an M4 and a plate carrier and, you know, a DMR sniper rifle and going in the tier 5 zones and fighting people, you're like, that's not what I know of the game. It's like, yeah, you got to play a couple hundred hours to do that consistently. And that can be like debilitating and demoralizing to get through that grind. But God, dude, the fights are like so intense. I'm going to show you guys a clip. I'm going to play you guys a clip. The longest fight I had on here, it's an unlisted video. Shout out to the kid that I ran into. I have not talked to him at all. He has no idea his video is going to be on here, but he gave me one hell of a fight. Let me pull that up. And you guys can see truly, if you've played the game for 10 minutes, 10 hours, or 10 days, 10 years, you're going to see exactly what it's all about. So let me get that up. Sorry, Microsoft Teams is trying to open, so I'm just trying to get rid of that. There you go. Okay. Let me find it. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go to my videos. Computer be super slow. Oh, Zesty Polvo's live now. That's what's up. I might have to do this through Studio. Give me a second. Content, videos. Yeah, it's a good amount of time here too. Okay. It might be a little dark. It was getting daytime when this happened, so let me see. Let me just get a window capture and show you guys. All right. Let me size this correct, and then I'll play it. Ran into this kid I've been tracking for days. And we had a 2-minute fight. It was like insane. Have an account just to get funny content. Yeah, I ate human steaks and died from sickness. It's a weird game. It's apocalypse, man. All right, transform, full fit to screen. Here you go. I'm going to play it for you guys. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Hold on. You can see my ugly face again there for a second. Pause. Back to the video. There you go. Here you go. Check it out. I'm starving when this happens too. So I find a mushroom and I'm like, shit, there's somebody around here. I find a stash. But I've been tracking this cat for a long time, and I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm running with all the stuff, and I see him. But I'm too heavy because I'm carrying all his crap, so now I gotta drop my bag. Can hear him. My heart was racing. I'm still pretty new to the game too, so I don't have like my functions and sensitivity down. You see my food's low, so my health is depleting. That's super bad in a fight. Could be the difference of why you die or live. It's coming here. It's about to pop off in a second. Having trouble seeing them. He's behind one of those trees, but I don't know it. Shouldn't have been in the open. There he is. He was on the left side. I didn't realize it. Miss all my shots here because I'm fucking sweating and my controls ain't perfect yet. I'm cut and bleeding, so my health and shit is going down still. So I make the decision to tactically back off and get a bandage off. And that's literally the difference between what happens with me and this kid. Got a bandage in my hand that I didn't see he had this fucking vase here. Ugh. Sorry, I should have put this on like this a while ago. There you go. So I'm red health. It's still going down. I'm still cut once, so I'm losing blood. And then I realize he bled to death. That's basically it right there. Shout out Quanta, man. It's pretty intense, bro. Like really, it can be, like I said, it can be a really intense game. That fight went forever. And it was over a lot of gear. So just kind of interesting. That's what I like in the game. That's what I kind of live for, to be honest with you. And I'm trying, hopefully I can stream some of that later, if that makes sense. Why isn't that playing? Hold on. I don't know. Some reason I can't hear the music now. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I lost it. All right, I'm going to end it on that. I will hopefully see you guys later. Let me go see what I can do. And y'all have a great freaking night. I hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you for everybody who popped in, notifications on. And thank you for everybody who's been chilling watching. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.